Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's been a year since I updated anything with the grounded content, and I figured now would be a good time with the Super Duper update and the Yoked update. So we'll be covering the new armor pieces and the odds and ends in this video, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different for this video. Instead of putting in all the items it takes to make all the different armors, I'm just going to go ahead and put out the stuff, where to get it, how to get it, and the sleeked effects. Anyway, on with the script. So instead of going by tier, I'll be going in the order that makes more sense to me, and I'll ignore the things you'll need to make them, because that adds a bunch of time and I feel like it's a little boring. So the first set we have is from the Broodmother. I call it the Toxic Mommy Protection. Previous to the Super Duper update, there was just the mask, but Obsidian went full anti-Monty and made a full set, covering the chest and legs. With one piece of the Mother Demon armor, you'll get a chance to apply poison on all attacks by 25%, dealing 16 damage every 5 seconds over 30 seconds. This damage over time, or DOT, or DOT, whatever you prefer, does not stack per armor piece. Equipping the full heavy armor set will give you Poison Nova, which will give your melee attacks a 10% chance to release a burst of poison to all around you, which deals 30 damage every 5 seconds for 25 seconds. Polishing these to sleek will provide a chance to applying Venom, not Poison, to all attacks, providing a 25% chance to apply the debuff effect, dealing 18 damage every 5 seconds over 30 seconds. This dot does not stack per armor piece. Apparently, the poison wasn't enough, they had to add more Venom to the set. And while we're talking about the Broodmother, let's talk about her infectious explosive sister, Infected Broodmother. Equipping any piece of this heavy moldy matrix armor grants the Big Boom buff, meaning explosive attacks have a chance to provide a stacking 5% crit damage buff, stacking 20 times before stopping, and equipping the full set grants the set bonus of Cluster Bomb, where all bomb weapons have a 10% chance to cause an additional explosive blast that deals 70 explosive damage in smaller explosions. Following the theme of explosive damage, sleeking the armor graphically, there really isn't anything sleek about any of these Broodmother sets, gives the Diny Mighty buff, where explosive attacks have a 20% chance to apply debuff to enemies, further reducing their explosive resistance by 20% for 10 seconds. If you're looking for something a little easier, like me, and you want to just plink away and hope to hit your target at range, this next set is pretty fantastic for bow users or a fanciful, Sparta player, I guess. Well, I guess that's not Sparta. That's more like Spaniards. Anyway, I digress. This is the Wasp set. English, Jesus. Just one piece of this light armor can grant charged shot combo. Damn, can't even read my own script. Which means shooting an uncharged shot has a 30% chance to make the next charged shot in the next 5 seconds charge 25% as fast. I'm not sure if each piece stacks. I'm guessing it doesn't. But if it does, let me know in the comments if you can confirm it. Equipping the full set grants air superiority. Because America, brother. Where ranged attacks have a 75% chance to deal 30 extra stun damage to flying creatures, causing them to fall from the sky more easily. Now, I really wish I would have known this before farming the Wasp Queen for her trinket. Anyway, going sleek, you'll be granted the quick shot refund, where shooting a charged shot has a 30% chance to make your uncharged shots refund 30 stamina for 5 seconds, adding time to your active shooting window in a fight. Again, I don't know if this stacks per armor piece, but let me know if anyone knows. So you've collected all the armors, with the exception of the Infected Broodmother. That's okay, and if you did stomp that bad arachnid flat, well done. What's next? Well, let's get into the Yoked Armors, which requires some timey-wimey alternate dimension stuff. Luckily, all your constructions and the items you gathered sticks around, but basically it resets the story more or less and kicks the difficulty up a bit. All bosses get buffed, but it's the only way to legitimately get the next 3 armor sets as far as I know. First of which might be pretty easy to nail, provided you get the food to offer the ant queens. Just another word on this, the mega milk molars stick around, but if you're wanting some more normal milk molars, get out there and get cracking. Now that does carry over. Anyway, if you're smarter than me, for this first set, you'll do well to equip the red ant armor so you can't battle, so you don't battle your way to the red ant queen, as the humant set bonus is pretty cushy. Make sure you acquire, cook, and pocket the juicy mushroom sandwich and give it to the red ant queen. You get a nifty baby red ant and unlock the craft blueprints for a scepter and armor. This will be the same result for the other 2 ant queens, and I'll focus only on the armors themselves and the food you need to get it done. One piece of this red strategist armor is a tier 1. Will give you summon aggro, which increases the enemy's desire to prioritize attacking your summons over other combat targets. And the full set will grant Red Ant Commander, where soldier ants come to your aid in combat. So not a bad field armor in the lower yard, I would think. Polishing this armor to sleek will add to summon thorns. Instead of a reference to Ivy for Batman, this simply gives your creatures a buff that returns damage back to whoever hits them. Unfortunately, the Black Ant Heal is going to require you to be on your toes on the way in, but if you do the mutation thing, the Ambassador, it'll be smooth sailing leaving the area. Giving the Black Ant Queen the Yummy Gum Sandwich will unlock the Battle Strategist armor. Equipping this tier 2 medium armor grants Summon Stun, where the creatures you summon deal additional stun damage. The full set gives Black Ant Commander, doing the same thing with Black Ants as Red Ants using the previous armor. Sleeking this armor grants all your summons a faster attack speed. As an A-side, the Black Ant Wrench is massively superior to the Red Ant Repair Tool, giving a repair field, so I felt I should mention this. The last ant armor is Fire Ant, not to be confused with the Red Ants. I see you there in the comments, Pac-Man. Gifting the Fire Ant Queen the Tasty Toe Jam Sandwich. Gross. Anyway, it will grant the tier 3 medium armor set the Fire Strategist. One piece will allow your summons to critically hit, and the full set will have surrounding soldier ants come to your aid. Upgrading to Sleek will add some visual and visceral confirmation to when your minions crit, as they'll trigger some splashy acid damage. Now we get to the odds and ends of the wearables. Give you some added utility building, gathering, and exploring. Oddballs and utility clothes. The first tier 1 item is the Gill Tube, which looks like a rebreather. Equipping this light armor or mouthpiece. Funny, the teeth need protected, I guess, but not the whole head. Whatever. Grants Junior Diver, which doubles current oxygen amount while underwater. What's better than that is the tier 2 light armor bubble helmet. That grants Veteran Diver, which reduces oxygen consumption by 75%. Upgrading both the Gill Tube or the bubble helmet to Sleek grants Hyper Stamina, which increases stamina regeneration rate by 15%. Now for your Lamborghinis. We have the tier 1 light armor Fit and Flops Plus, which increases your swim speed by 30%. It also gives you added sprint distance when you upgrade it to Sleek. Up next is the Gas and Dust Resist. In here we only have 2 different armors, but they're pretty powerful. We got the Gas Mask, not to be confused with the Rotten Gas Mask. Unupgraded grants Gas Guard, providing immunity to gas damage, which is fantastic in the haze area. Upgrading it to Sleek grants explosive resist damage by 75%. Now, this could prove useful for the infected Brood Mother, but I don't know. For your chest, we got the tier 3 light armor, Termite Armor, which I believe you have to kill the Termite King. Unup armor, I scripted this and I put that in twice, Jesus. Anyway, it gives Dust Guard, which provides immunity to the slowness and attack speed reduction effects from dust cloud attacks from melee such as the Moth, Dust Mites, and Termite Soldier enemies. Up armoring this chest piece to Sleek will turn the tables and use that dust to your advantage, granting Dust Cloud, where hitting a creature has a 10% chance to release a cloud of dust that slows movement speed by 25% and attack speed by 20% of enemies, and also fires an acid splash that deals 5 damage. For a third little basket of joy, we got our damage enhancers. First up, and probably the very first one you'll probably ever craft, is the Eye Patch. It adds 10% damage to all of your attacks, but reduces your damage resistances by 25%. Adding focus with one eye closed makes it easier for peeps to blindside you, I suppose. Adding more fiber to make it sleek reduces threat profile with minor threat, making you 10% less favorable to bully the boys in the yard. And our tier 2 set is the medium armor marksman's cap. And I used this extensively for quite some time as it adds crit energize bow. A critical hit with either a bow or a crossbow on a creature has a 50% chance to restore 12% damage. Upgrading to Sleek adds 20% damage via bow attack. Starting off our tier 3 stuff in this category, we've got the Bard's Tutor. This headpiece has both Bardic Discouragement and Waspoid. Oh boy. Alright, it's about to get wordy. Bardic Discouragement gives charged bow attacks a 25% chance to debuff nearby enemies, reducing their attack damage by 20% for 10 seconds. Or gives charged bow attacks a 10% chance to debuff the damage resistance on those same enemies for 20% for the same amount of time. The catch is, boys and girls, only one of those can be active at a time. Now, Waspod makes it so that both wasps and wasp drones won't attack you on sight. The bees, however, will automatically become hostile. Upgrading to Sleek grants Healthy Harmony, which gives charged bow shots a 50% chance to bleed nearby creatures, dealing 5 damage a second for 10 seconds. Also gives Bardic Inspiration Mutation an additional healing buff it can apply, healing 5 health every 2 seconds for 10 seconds, which actually stacks with the mutation. I personally use this piece, and it's pretty decent when I use it with the moth armor because, you know, Cutman. The last headpiece in this category is my favorite, Tier 3 light armor piece, the Wizard Hat. Right off the bat, we get Wizard's Defense, where attacking with ranged weapons has a 50% chance to increase the perfect block timing when using a candy staff by 30 milliseconds for 10 seconds. Okay. Upgrading Sleek grants Wizard's Duel, where perfect blocking with a candy staff increases the damage of candy staves for 40% for 10 seconds. Gandalf is alive in the 80s. I'm sorry, man, I had to do it. A wizard joke arrives neither late nor early. It arrives exactly when it means to. Oh god, that's terrible. I'll be here all week. For this last basket of joy, we have our harvesting focused apparel. For our first tier 1 medium armor headpiece is the Might Hat, which gives hyper stamina, which exactly like the Guild Tube and Bubble Helmet, increases stamina regeneration rate by 15%. Going Sleek gives the hasted regen, which reduces stamina regeneration delay by 5%. Going Aphid Slippers, oh god, Aphid Slippers, is a tier 1 light armor set of footwear, which gives the quickness, increasing movement speed by 20%, but reduces it by 20% when in combat. Now, I could hear you guys in the comments or even in Discord saying, Preg, why are these knockoff Nikes in the harvest bucket? Just hear me out. If you're like me and enjoy quaffing boost juice to get more stamina during fights while healing, you'll need a lot of raw aphid meat. Hunting those little buggers down, pun intended, requires fast reflexes and faster feet. Upgrading these slippers to Sleek makes this a breeze, sometimes literally, as it grants AFKID. So you look like one of them, and they won't actively run away from you. So you can go up there and just pokey, stab, and harvest the meat. Just make sure you don't have, like, you know, I don't know, salty weaponry or, you know, a fiery weapon, because it'll actually jerky or make them into jerky or roast. You need an unupgraded armor. Anyway, or weapon. Yeah, that. So, paying homage to miners everywhere, moving on, we have the Tier 2 Heavy Armor Firefly Headlight Lamp. I enjoyed having the passive effect of lighting the way without needing any light source in your hand, but investing the materials to get it sleek increases your busting harvest speed by 25%. Now, according to the wiki, it says that it doesn't count toward breaking candy, but it definitely counts for busting out, you know, rocks and the like. Let me know. I could be wrong, or the wiki could be wrong, but whatever. Moving on, we have the Tier 3 Medium Armor entry, the Fluffy Pupa Hat. This adds 5 more units to your hauling strength. Adding it to Sleek grants the exhaustion recovery, which reduces the time it takes to recover from exhaustion by a whopping 50%, which fits the theme, if I'm being honest. Now, you internet, you know, math whizzes, I like to know exactly what the maximum carry capacity is without using the smoothie. It'd be kind of interesting to see somebody carrying 40 odd things on their shoulders, but anyway. So here's an honorable mention, the Lucky Hat. I didn't know anything about this hat because I didn't play in March. This Tier 2 light armored leprechaun hat can only be acquired by analyzing the rainbow chocolate chunk, which is looted in the month of March. Its normal effect increases the damage to any creature that isn't supposedly wearing green by 20%. That's the playful pinch, by the way. Its sleek effect in combination with the dissection expert, rascal rogue mutations, and the sticky fingers trinket gives you a highly increased chance of getting rare items from creatures like the boss trinkets. I massively missed out because I'm needing all the trinkets for an upcoming video, but more's the pity for me. And now, because this is a creative, I need to change my game. Now, here's an oddball. Did you know that Burgle has a spare set of eyes? Yeah, me neither, but we can get some. It's a tier 3 set of specs that require you to go New Game Plus and purchasing from the science shop. Its main perk is Burgle Vision, which gives me a headache, but its sleek effect gives a buff to the Burgle's old flipper. You can buy them both here for 50,000 credits in the Dimensional Anomaly chip unlock thing. But let me just show you the thing here. It's freaking, it gives me a headache. Anyway, like I said, it gives you Burgle Vision, and let's just equip this mammoth. Yeah, everything's all pixelated, almost like Drunk Arcade with bombs away or something. Anyway, this thing is kind of nice. It adds more damage to Burgle's old flipper, which is a weapon in the same pack as you saw, and it adds 20% damage to attacks with the Burgle's old flipper. So that's neat. And while we're at it, what is the sleekified version, or the oh wait, I don't have that upgraded because I haven't done any of the weapon stuff. Go figure. Anyway, if you're wanting some of the Minecraft aesthetic, this will definitely do you well, but not me. Sorry, it ain't for me, man. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Anywho, that's gonna do it for this video. Let me go ahead and just kind of chill out in the hammock. That looks so peaceful in practice. Anyway, so speaking of which, I've got the trinkets video kind of scripted before the Super Duper update, but I need to modify it to add the new content. But I'm going to ask you folks, what do you want to see first? A video covering the unique guaranteed trinkets? Or what about the 41 different mutations? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for this video. Till next time, folks, stay safe and out of trouble. It's a full-time job and the pay sucks, but the benefits are worth it. Thanks for watching, guys.